Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of Freedom, Flexibility, and Finances. I'm your co-host, Chris Angel, here with Pete Weller. Pete, hey, man.
I'm doing awesome. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing awesome, too. And today we're talking about teams. And what direction do you want to go with this? Because there's a lot of directions we could go with teams.
Wow. I think building teams is an absolute key to finding freedom.
Okay.
I think how people define teams is absolutely back-assward.
Okay, good. All right.
How's that for a start? So let's, diving into it. When should you build out a team? Day one?
No.
Yeah, you should start with the end in mind. Jim Rohn says it. Napoleon Hill says it. You got to know where you're going so you know what you're building.
Okay,
I believe the blueprint.
I believe that, but you're not saying day one I should build a team.
No, day one you should dream about building a team.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, I get that. I like that. All right.
And what's the balances of a team? So one of the things that we talk about, build a team. So, who do you need on your team? Well, first of all, you need to have somebody that organizes your stuff. Number two, you need to have somebody that sells your stuff. Number three, you need to have somebody that processes that stuff and gets it out to market. And number four, you need to have somebody that follows up with all the loose ends.
I like it. What an easy, simple organizational chart. I love it.
Right. And on day one, you own it all.
Yeah, you get all of that.
It's all yours.
Yeah.
For the low price of whatever you just paid for the business opportunity you jumped into.
I know, right? Okay, but here's where I really want to go, though. And by the way, let me just say this, Pete, I give you full permission to just get crazy here on this interview. Like, I know there's some pent-up passion about this topic. So here's what I want to know is, where do most agents get team building wrong?
Well, they do it too early. So just living by my example. So we started out with Front Range Property Group. We named the team something large. I went to the dream. I drew out that we had people in all 50 states and major markets across the United States, how we're going to accomplish all of the rural area. I hadn't even sold one home yet, Chris. So, I had this huge vision. Sometimes we paint such a big vision that we don't want to work on it. So sometimes we need to come down and say, what's the vision for my life right now?
Yeah.
What's my life need to look like? And where do I crack the nut?
Yeah.
So how do I crack the nut is the first thing that we do. How do we pay for all of our bills, both business and personal?
Right.
And then how do we double that? And how do we double that?
Right.
So I think sometimes when we start building that big team, we forget that, a solo agent out there.
Yeah.
I know several solo agents in the business right now making more money than teams of 10 or 15 people.
Yep.
But they are caught up on their vision of building this massive thing because they can see the large money, because there's been several successful people. I think 97% of the people building teams should go back to being a single agent.
Wow. Yeah. I think I saw a lot of this in real estate where people would build a team simply because it was the trendy thing to do. They didn't, like you said something to me prior to hitting record here, where it was like, you're supposed to build a team when you need the team, but people are building a team way before they ever need the team.
Correct. So let's talk about a couple of different aspects of building a team. Mm-hmm. First of all, has anybody ever really defined in real estate how much money is too much money for them to make?
I don't think so.
I mean, in normal business, what we look at is how much does it cost for us to do? What's our income that we need? What's our profit margin?
Yeah.
And that's our goal for the year.
Right.
Okay. In real estate, they say, well, let's do 5 transactions in a month. Let's do 3. Let's do 20. Let's do 10. My brand new coach in the business, I sat down and I told her, I'm going to do 10 deals. I'm going to do 120 deals in the next 12 months. Yeah. And now, as a coach, we learn to ask questions around that personality and demeanor that we know.
Yeah.
Okay. So in your previous life, what sort of track record do you have to be able to make these type of numbers happen?
Yeah.
Now, remember, this is the most valuable asset in a business to consumer, because you're the business as a real estate agent. The consumer is your client.
Yep.
type of business, and this is the highest dollar amount. So the numbers that you have based off of selling residential security systems, which is the last business to consumer that I had,
Yeah.
those numbers are not going to work. Because
Meaning,
I averaged 2 security systems every single week at a $99 down and $29.95 a month.
So you were selling 8 to 10 security systems at $99 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then you told your coach in real estate, hey, I want to sell 10 homes a month, which are $200,000 to $300,000, $400,000 a piece.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we go into common sense math. Right. This is where a lot of people miss this, and a lot of team leaders and a lot of coaches do this.
Yeah.
What's the common sense math behind it? The guy was selling $99 residential security systems with $29.99. He sold this much money over the course of a month.
Right.
Mr. Weller, what's your nut to break? Well, I need $24,000. Cool. I need you to sell 3 homes this year, and you'll make your $24,000. So let's focus on those 3 first as fast as we can.
Yeah.
And we'll keep track of some numbers in the process.
That almost gets us back to the last episode with intention. Like, if your intention is 3 homes, not 120, but look, here's the thing. I think people get, this is what I'm talking about. Like, people get into the business and then everybody's all hanging out together, talking about their big dreams and doubling their dreams and then doubling them again and doing all this math. And they're not even present to like what the next step is. And so we go around and around and around. Like I did this early on in my career. I would say 3 years into my career, I started a team because I didn't start a team because I needed the help. I started a team because I wanted a team. I wanted pretty much other people to make me money is what it was.
That right there is why most people start a team, is because they get greedy.
Yep. I was.
Likewise, when we look at that number, like, hey, let's do 3 transactions in a month. Let's get to 36 transactions. Mm-hmm. In Denver market, you'll make between 240 and 300,000. In some other markets, you might be 120 to 180.
Yeah.
And then less some costs. Yet, isn't that a better lifestyle than what you just came out of? Because you're starting to get your freedom and your flexibility. You can do the kids' activities, yet you're not running a killer pace. You've got a nice inflow. And then once we figure out how to do 3, we've built systems and models so that we can escalate it.
Yes. And on that, the thing about that is that most people, when they start getting successful, they've been successful because of hustle and there are no systems. So then they're all busy and they want to bring other agents in on top of this chaos, right? But they have no system that they've actually documented. So there's no way to scale and there's no system for retention. Like, agents won't stay with you if you're not helping them clean up their mess.
And on top of that, you're going to create frustration. And who wants to stay around with that?
Yeah, lots of frustration.
You can be the nicest guy on the face of this planet. And Chris, I know you're that guy and I'm not. I'm not going to stick around if I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
I like you, but I'm not going to stick around if I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
So likewise, 3 deals. So we get back to that thing. Let's get 3 deals done. Then we'll do the next 3 and the next 3 and the next 3.
Yeah.
And what happens is that time will get shorter.
Yeah.
So I had an agent just 2 days ago tell me that they wanted as many listings as possible. I had some nice fancy words for him.
Yeah.
It's the oldest profession in the book. We know which one I'm referring to at this moment in time.
Yeah.
And really, you don't need that much. How many do you need? Well, when we broke it down, he just needed 1 closing. 1. So why are we chasing as many as possible when we need 1?
Mm-hmm.
So what we've done in our programming, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, and all the results is we've created chaos and failure because we're chasing as many as we can when we just need to go get 1.
Got it. Okay. So I would say that's true for the majority of it. I mean, when you look at the majority of agents and how many homes they're selling, most of them don't need to have a team. They just need to focus on what is the nut that they need to crack, and they need to go sell as many homes to get that done. While they do that, building out systems and having some sanity to the way they are doing that, specifically systems in lead generation, systems in processing.
Systems in how you talk to clients. What do you believe? What makes you different? Systems in how you manage your time. systems in how you manage your money. Because when you make that money, how are you going to spend it? If you spend little, you don't have to do as many deals.
Right.
You know, I've got an agent that I'm coaching right now. His nut going out is $200 a month for his business.
That's
and $2,000 for his home. So $2,200. Wouldn't you love to step back in those shoes?
Wow. That's crazy.
Right? $2,200. How many deals does he need to go 6 months?
Yeah. It's awesome.
Right? So, and he's all stressed. I don't have anything. Tell me what you got. Well, I got 2 under contract. I got 2 buyers in the car.
Yeah, it's so good, man.
And I got 4 listings coming up. Why do you need me?
Right.
Why do you need a team? He's looking at joining a team. Dude, if you just close what's on your plate, you're taken care of for 12 to 24 months. Then you have time to go find more.
Right.
So set it up.
So, I mean, we started saying building teams, but what we're actually now talking about is like, don't go build a team.
Don't go join a team.
And don't go join a team. Yeah.
Seriously, you're going to go make somebody else rich. Why'd you get into real estate? Why'd you get into being a business owner? Treat it like a business. Be a business owner.
Yeah.
My coach says, put your big boy panties on.
Yeah.
And deal with the stuff.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is, you know, you got into the business for a reason. You got in the business to get rid of the man having the thumb on you.
Right.
So why don't you embrace it and make it happen?
Okay. So from here in the space of, I'm going to get in the trenches and do what I need to do to get to where I need to go to crack the nut and make what I need to make, et cetera. 2, okay, to where I'm ready to start a team. Like, what are the triggers or indicators that I'm ready to start a team?
So what are the key indicators? You don't have any more time to service the clients that you have, and you're having to turn them away. That's indicator number 1.
Yep.
Indicator number 2 is generally your health, because you're not taking care of yourself. You're not eating right.
Yeah, I know.
You're not spending the time in the gym or working out or doing some sort of physical fitness. The other thing is when you start dropping way too many tasks and it starts costing you money. Normally,
it's good.
The way it goes is you hire yourself, do all of your intentions, run as hard as you can, hire a coach. That's the first person that you hire on your team, because they're going to help you put your systems and models in place and make sure you're efficient. The third person you will hire is an admin. And that admin is designed to come in and take all of the tasks off of you that are non-high dollar producing tasks, which makes you more efficient and you control your time more.
And then what after that assistant?
Really just get comfortable, get bored, and build your systems out.
What would be the next hire though? If how do I know when I hire after that next assistant?
Well, if you've got the right coach and you're looking at your P&L, your P&L will tell you when it's time to hire that next person.
Yeah.
And normally when I hire that next person is when I've got 12 months worth of salary set aside for that person, so that I can make a promise to a person.
Got it. Yep.
To carry them for a year.
Yeah.
Because I know that I will get that much leverage back from them. And who do you hire? It depends on where your gap is.
Okay.
You know, my gap, most people start building a team because they want the buyer's agents. They're tired of showing buyers.
Yeah.
Suck it up. You're a realtor. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So why would you hire somebody to take your most precious client out, and they're not going to do as good a job as you are?
Right.
You know,
so what would be your second hire then?
My second hire would probably be another admin.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, because if the more I can leverage off all of the tasks in the back, the faster I can get in front of new clients and the faster I can get into my workload.
Yeah.
So my workload for me, I love being in front of people.
Yep.
I do not like pushing paper.
Yep.
I don't like mailing gifts. I don't like that. I like the emotion of it. I don't like the task work around it.
So you could have, I mean, in a job task role, you could have one person doing sort of anything around a transaction and a listing, and then you can have somebody kind of doing the marketing of like all the stuff that goes out that you don't want to do that way.
Coordinating dates and deadlines, you know, contractors, phone calls, making sure that I'm doing my stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that type of thing.
That would actually, the agent, a coach, and 2 admin would actually get that agent, I would think, pretty far down the road in terms of number of transactions a year. There are agents that could do 100 to 150 with that kind of a setup.
Yeah. Well, and the more I think about it, the thing that I would probably hire after that assistant would be a housekeeper or a personal assistant.
Huh.
Somebody to pick up dry cleaning, somebody to make sure the car's clean, oil's changed.
Yeah. Huh.
Make sure that grocery shopping's done. There's food in that there's food there. My water glass is full. Silly little personal need stuff.
That's you. In the last episode, you talked about a dentist, but it reminds me of a doctor. Like if you think about a doctor, like they're popping in for 10 minutes with, they have all sorts of other help around the office. And then they just pop in, and they're not outsourcing themselves. They're not bringing in a bunch of other doctors.
Yeah. Ask any good dental hygienist how many teeth the doc cleans.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yep. Exactly. So, that's good. Okay. So let's tie this off with a bow, Pete. What we can say is that, one, building teams aren't like just the thing you go do when you get in real. You just go build a team. Like you got to get in and set your attention on what you need to do to crack the nut and go do that. You don't need a team until you start getting behind.
Well, and behind, and that's also defining by how much money do you need to make or want to make. Is it providing the lifestyle that you need?
Love that. Because I think sometimes in this industry, it's very easy for us to, one, get in the group think of, oh, let's all set big goals. And then those aren't our goals. They're like some goals set in the middle of group think, right? Or we get in, we think, oh, I just want to make a ton of money without any consideration for what we actually need.
Yeah. Stop, so to tie it up into a nice little bow in my particular mind, the sign that we wear around our neck that says that we have to be, feel good and look important. The smaller you can make that sign, or if you can take it off and throw it away, that's where the big teams come from. It's nothing but ego.
Yeah,
it's nothing more than trying to be the biggest, the baddest, the most productive, having the most ego when you walk through the office. It comes down to, are you taking care of your family? You taking care of your family needs? Are you making an impact in the world? And what's your ripple?
Yeah, I love it. Good stuff, Pete. Well, another great episode. If people want to work with you as their coach or find out more about what you do, where can they go?
So let's go to www.kindalikepete.com.
Perfect.
Schedule a 30 to 60 minute phone call.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to go 60 minutes on this episode. Let's dive deep because this is a real issue. If you are having the debate or the thought in your head of joining a team or starting a team, at least get the perspective of somebody that's been there and done that and is not doing it again.
Yeah.
And going from there. So www.kindalikepete.com. It's absolutely free. I promise you this, I will not close you on coaching. I'm not going to be a salesperson during this process. We're just going to have a conversation.
Yeah. Good. I love it. Awesome value, Pete. Well, thanks for another episode and all that you get to share with us, and we'll catch you next time.
You bet.